Hey guys, I was out grocery shopping with the family last night at Walmart, and of course, I had to check out the fishing section, see if there was anything new out on display, and there was. They've actually kind of, we're now looking at mid-April, they've actually gone in and put in their like second, I guess you could say, shipment of kind of their promotional discount fishing stuff, like the really cheap, inexpensive lures. This time they had a big bin out of Creme lures. They had a whole bunch of different types out. Basically what they had was some small lip crankbaits, some smaller size kind of spook topwater stick baits, and some lipless crankbaits too. So a handful of different styles. What originally caught my eye, obviously, they're Creme lures. The brand we've all heard of, especially with soft plastics from way back in the day. But what caught my eye was this one here. It's a small, inexpensive, kind of, cheap Chinese clone probably, lip crankbait. What caught my eye again about this one was, I saw this one probably, 20 years back at Kmart. And these are really cool, crappy lures. For those looking for a really small lure, this is pretty cool. So that's what caught my eye. And the other thing that caught my eye was they were $1.29 a pop. So you really can't go wrong. I'm sure, this one here, I'm sure if I open it up, it's probably really cheap, lightweight plastic, crummy hooks on it. But for $1.29, you can't totally go wrong. And again, this one here, the small little crankbait, I had to pick one up only because I remembered it from way back in the day. They're really shallow, small, shallow diving crankbaits. But I had some way back in the day, and I actually had quite a bit of luck on it, especially for crappie and smaller bass. But if I want a smaller profile to match the, the minnows in the area, smaller prey, that's it basically. Shallow diving, floats. Pretty quick rise on it from what I remember. Really, fairly inferior small hooks on it. I remember back in the day when I used these, it was a different brand obviously, so they just mass produced. They just put whatever label on it they want to at the time. I remember back then having to change the hooks out pretty early on. They kind of got shot on me, but it's an interesting little small lure if you're looking for a really compact little crankbait. Pretty cool. $1.29, heck, you really can't go wrong with it. Like I said, I've used that one in the past. Unless they kind of change their manufacturing process on it, actually performed fairly well. The one here, let's go ahead and open that one up. It's a small spook. The reason I like this though, because it's a smaller format than what you usually find with these kind of spook topwater baits on it. Pretty cool. Let's see. They're both very, basic, kind of cheap level plastic, but again, they both got split rings on the tie points on it. A little more substantial hooks on this one. Pretty cool. Again, I was looking at this only because of smaller profile instead of a really large topwater profile. So most everything I have is kind of large or real small. It's kind of in the middle, kind of medium profile on it. I was kind of looking around at them too. There weren't a whole lot of different colors with them. Kind of like some fire tiger looking colors, this and some shad colors. This kind of a shad with a yellow stripe down the side of it. Just generic packaging, so it doesn't have like the name of the model or anything on it. So, they're all packaged the same, just different lures in them. But I wish they had some with a darker bottom on it. For me personally, especially I'm using these on a really bright, say, bluebird sky. If I'm throwing these, I like to have a darker colored bottom on it. Because that way, make more of a silhouette on the top of the water when the fish are looking up at it. But, overall, pretty cheesy hooks on it, to be honest. What do you expect is, again, $1.29 for all the different, each of the different lures in there. But all things considered, fairly decent little lure. Haven't had a chance, obviously, to hit the water with it. Just got these last night, so that's my, my first unboxing of it. But pretty cool little profile of it. Nice little rattles in it, but I like the size of it. It's kind of cool, especially for a smallie. So that would be pretty cool. And like I said, this one here just kind of brought back memories to me because it's basically the same lure I got at Kmart way back in the day. A couple cool colors on it. This one here, yellow one here, kind of a fire tigerish looking one. Pretty cool. But anyway, if you're looking for some really cheap, inexpensive lures, again, if you snag a lot of them in trees, you don't mind using cheap lures and because you're going to lose them. Doesn't hurt to try them out. $1.29 a pop. So they still got them at your local Walmart. Maybe pick one or two of them up. just add them to your shopping cart if you're grocery shopping like me. But I thought I'd, talk a little about them and take a look at them, but just kind of, I guess, a little unboxing of them. So they're Creme lures. You've seen them, the name around before. Creme Lure Company from Tyler, Texas, but just a standard generic packaging on it. So they don't actually have a name for each of the lures, but this is just a couple of them. Like I said, a couple other profiles they had too, but I just picked these two up. But if you're looking for something on a budget, $1.29, go to your local Walmart. Right now it's April 2016, so you might see them unless they're sold out already. Probably is a early, beginning of the season lure they're covering, carrying in there a promo lure. But check them out. So thanks for watching Fishyaker.com. As always, please be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook. We'll catch you on the water.
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.